Welcome back to another episode of So You Think You Can Pitch. I am Stephen Kerrigan. With me as ever is Peter Roccaforte. Peter, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you going to give me that intro? We are two pitch artists that learned from the best of the best decades ago to become the best of the best. From the Atlantic City Boardwalk to your local grocery store and big box retailers, we made companies millions of dollars selling products that you would normally roll your eyes at. And now we're searching social media for pitches that are going to make our hearts sing, finding products and personalities that make you want to buy or make you want to cry. Welcome to another episode of So You Think You Can Pitch?
At all?
At all?
At all? Do you think you can pitch at all?
In general? Relatively speaking?
One of us didn't have the music cue ready. And
that was you.
And
I don't do any of the music cues. I wouldn't know the first thing about it.
You. All right.
The bus that I used to run you over.
Expressing our displeasure. Well, the year has started. We're in it. We're in 2026.
That's true.
Yeah, it's going great so far.
You know, only 8 days in, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's gonna be such a good year.
It's not, because it was like 2025 was so crazy. How is it gonna get worse? Well,
there's only one way to find out.
Asked and answered.
Tune in tomorrow.
As Peter said, we are two pitch artists, and one of the things. So as we were saying, wait, we weren't saying we just started.
What's going on?
Nobody started saying anything.
Do you smell toast? What's happening over there?
I am trapped. No,
burnt toast. I smell burnt toast.
I derailed my own train of thought, which is quite a frequent occurrence. But no, so I wanted to start 2026. Was our last one before the new year? I think it was New Year's Eve, was it? Or okay, no. So this is the first. Was it?
The first of 2026 is now.
Is now. Okay. That's what I was wondering. I get time is a construct. It means nothing. But I was
technically we're still shedding our snake skin because we're not in the fire horse until February, according to the Chinese calendar. So you still have time to shed.
Okay, so
you're doing any last minute shedding, guys. Do your last minute shedding now. Message us about it.
The horse coming in. Clean your house. Yeah, clean your house. Get ready.
The horse is coming in hot, bro. It's a fire horse, bro.
That's cool.
Around. It's not some janky water horse.
It's not one of those Irish kelpies. It is the fire horse. Interesting. Have to figure out what my plans are, but that's neither here nor there. As we were, what?
Oh shit! I got to get my fire horse plans in order. Oh man,
I got to get my fire horse plans in order. I'm just ready for a regular horse, but it's a fire horse. Fuck you, kid. You fist fucking me right now. So what I was thinking as we started this new year, I'm glad I got it right that this was the first episode of the new year, is that let's set the table for the year, right? What are we trying to do? What is our we've touched on it here and there. What is our
napkins?
What are we bringing to this year? What are we bringing to the TikTok pitching space? There we go. We got there. Listen. My favorite. We should. We need to write something down because this is getting crazy. My favorite whiskey company, Chattanooga Whiskey Company, not a sponsor, but definitely could be if you're out there. They had a new
gmail.com.
Email us. So you think you pitch at gmail.com. Follow us. We will promote your stuff just for the privilege of doing it. But they had a new 111 proof bourbon whiskey that kicks like a fire horse, frankly.
Yeah, because they know they're ready.
No, that should have gotten more. that should have gotten more. It got nothing from you. I worked in Firehorse. It should have gotten more.
Their effects are in order for the year, for the Firehorse year. They're prepared.
Prepared. What did you make any New Year's resolutions?
So I have.
I know we talked. We kind of were reflective last.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it, and I've got like I don't like New Year's resolutions because I feel like it's like rookie. You know, it's people do them and then they forget about them, and then it just goes to the wayside. What I try to do is either reinforce or start like habits, patterns, and systems. So I don't do resolutions, but I do ask myself, like, what habits are serving me right now that I have established? What habits do I want to establish that will serve me better in the future? And can I focus on one or two of them, and start to layer them in long term? But it's not like I'm going to do this every single day for this amount of, it's like, this is something I want to ritualize more. This is something I want to be a pattern in my life more. Like, let me go about layering that in now that we're, kind of turning over a new leaf for the year, so to speak.
Yeah. After we talked about it, I was reading into it, and I found a couple different studies on it. Well, there's been quite a few studies on it actually, of how our brains are predisposed and wired for short-term, like,
gratification. Yeah.
Well, not it's short-term gratification for sure, but it's actually like neurochemically like designed that way because of the cerebral cortex. Like the prefrontal cortex was designed, or not designed at all, but like evolved to help you survive. And so that's all its original sort of benefit was. And you have to like create the success that they looked at the commonalities of people that developed long-term habits, and it was they are making the decision repeatedly in actionable ways. Like I'm sure you didn't just tomorrow, I'm sure you just didn't decide one day, it's like, you know what, I'm going to train to run an Ironman. I am going to, I have to build up, here are the steps to get there, and that sort of thing. So
yeah, James Clear wrote Atomic Habits, and and I think if you're really trying to get a hold of whatever you want to call it, New Year's resolutions, habits, patterns, things I want to do with my fucking life to be proud of myself, like that's a must read. And he goes on to say that, when I go to the gym, I'm just making an investment in the identity driven habit of someone who goes to the gym. And so like I do it every day, or I do it 4 times a week or whenever I go, because I'm investing in that identity, because it feels good to be someone who goes to the gym, who cares about their health, who looks good when they go to the beach, whatever that list is for you. But to kind of start tying your habit choices to your ego as quickly as possible, because then your ego will defend it. Like I remember like the difference between me being like, I've been running, like in 2020, I had ran 300 miles for that year. And I would tell people I've been running. By 2021, I had ran my first half marathon. I had competed in a few races. I had ran over 1,000 miles that year. But when people asked me like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm a runner. So like kind of taking it into your identity is a great way to claim, and obviously you have to do it enough times for it to become part of your identity. So there's a little bit of like cart before the horse, chicken or the egg thing. But if you can get the habit that you want tied into your identity and your ego, then like when you wake up and you don't have the motivation to go to the gym, your ego will be like, well, Steven, you're the type of person who goes to the gym. Like you lift heavy things. Like that's part of who you are. And then you're like, fuck, I got to go to the gym. So I think that's a very helpful way to look at it too.
No, I think you're right. Because I was looking at, I didn't have measurable results, not only until I started measuring, but until like it became like an external commentary. And it's always interesting for me reading self-help. Is Atomic Habits self-help? I don't know. Improvement, whatever.
I would say it's both very staunchly self-improvement.
Not trashing on it at all, but like I don't feel like those types of books hit neurodivergence the right way because they're not designed for that kind of thing. Like the way I started showing true improvement in the gym was when I was trying to optimize like the system, and I created the system and then got like, well, what's the science? Like there's a whole thing right now with like evidence-based like science-based lifting and like gym-based lifting, and it's like, but all the great bodybuilders say kind of the same thing, is that like everybody's different and you got to like do what works, right? But the habit of like what you were saying is that it's very much now a part of my identity, is that I want to look strong, be strong. So I am tracking this and this, like, you know, getting my squat to 300 or getting my whatever to whatever, like, which is interesting. That the whole reason I brought this up was that when you have these habits, this will apply to how you pitch. And I think your point about making it a part of the ego identity is something that pitching very much ties into. Of you want them to visualize that they are the person that has X or has the solution for X and this, that, and the other. And I think that's an interesting facet to consider as we dive into why you think you can pitch at all.
I also think you would like Atomic Habits because his whole message, like the underbelly of a lot of what he's saying, is that we don't rise to the expectations of our motivations or our goals. We fall to the level of our systems.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because there are days.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, there are days I feel complete trash in the gym, but if you look at my spreadsheet of the reps and weight, like there's not a difference between the days I felt great and the days I didn't feel great. Sometimes it's even inverted. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. But it's like I felt like garbage, but I still hit my weight. Like I hit my goal. I hit my rep. You know, so that's an interesting facet to come into mind. What we're doing today, though, let's answer the question, though. Do you think you can pitch at all? But it's such a, I don't know. It's such when you look at it, it's like anything. If you truly like examine it for what it is, it feels kind of crazy. And if you were just to ask somebody to like stand in front of people and sell things or make a video and sell things, like that feels like a very daunting request or demand. Or, you know, so what, so the way what we're doing, I'll give you the structure of the episode. We'll peek behind the curtain here. What I did is I looked up on the actual TikTok Shop Academy, the types of sales pitches for live streaming, and a couple things that like the do's and don'ts for what they say, how to structure a pitch, and then I want to compare those to classic pitches, and I have some very famous examples that I'm sure you'll recognize.
I am so psyched. Like I am like, which is a mix of stoked and psyched, because that's how like I couldn't even. Now I'm having the stroke. This is now I'm awesome.
Psyched.
All right.
Hashtag psyched. Clip that.
Psyched. Keep it. I'm psyched.
It's done. It's in the lexicon.
I'm psyched. Can we add it to Merriam-Webster? That's the question.
They have stopped taking my calls. So let's go ahead and get into it. 5 types of sales pitches for. Oh, go ahead.
I don't we need to like park the car for a second and talk about like, because this is something we haven't done yet. We've been very good about taking an example and being critical or not critical to it. But we haven't really parked the car and said, hey, this is what, generally speaking, we believe is important for you to be able to pitch at all. And of course, they're going to be thematically things we've already mentioned and talked about ad nauseum, I'm sure. But if you had to create like, one of these videos that you see on TikTok, actually, like top 5 things you need to do in order to pitch at all. Like what would your video be? That way, when we go into some of these things in the TikTok Academy, we can already sort of have our baseline formulated.
I don't really like that question because it's way easier to just be critical of people.
Yes, of course it is. We have to look, if this is the kickoff episode for 2026, we have to try to transcend
We're gonna be catty bitches
two old, angry catty white guys into we're trying to create value for people who want to sell and pitch things on TikTok and are unclear on how to do that, or believe they're doing it the right way but could maybe be doing it better, or are doing it really awesome and just want to elevate their game even more. Like if you think about that Penn and Teller quote, I love, when they got challenged, like, hey, you've been doing the same act for 40 years. And Penn was like, yeah, but now we consider like, when do we take a breath? And how do I touch my index finger or my middle finger? Like, all these nuances of the art of the show and how to play with it and elevate it and all of that. So it's an infinite game, I guess is what I'm getting at. And, we have to have an opinion on how to even start the game in order to be able to play its infiniteness.
So yeah, and when you said that, what came up for me, was I think we've talked about this before, or I mentioned it to you before, but Pablo Casals, apologies on the pronunciation, was like a world-renowned cellist, and at age 90 they asked him, because he mentioned something about practicing daily, and they were like, why would you need to practice? Like, that was the implication, right? You're world famous, you're 90, why do you feel the need to practice? And his response was, because I think I'm making progress.
Dude, that's dope.
It's like oh. It's one of those just like casual line drops that just like resonates with you, right? So that always stuck with me. But so subject to change, right? Subject to change. Everybody's different. We've seen pitches where, like, we've kind of been mentioning, like, they're not hitting the technical things we're talking about, but the pitch is completely successful, or they are hitting the technical things and their pitch is not completely successful. So if I had to make a top, like, these are the 5 things you need to have a successful pitch, it would be, stealing your words, an authentic connection with the audience, a problem they can't solve, demonstrate value. I'll just keep that one. Demonstrate value. Yeah. That's just straight out of any sales textbook, right? Demonstrate value, create urgency, and then the call to action. So it's like a lot of these things are nebulous. Like the first 2 are kind of nebulous, but what's not nebulous is that you are at the end of the day selling a product. So you do have to in fact sell that product. And the elements of selling a product are solving the problem, demonstrating value, and creating that urgency. Because a call to action can be creating urgency, right? But it can also be a sale. It can also be, so you can have multiple attacks, which makes me wonder, it's like, I don't know if it's a sequential list or just like every good book has these kind of like narrative elements, or every kind of like, they just have to be there. And the way you do it is going to create that unique, engaging quality of that person-to-person connection. Because no matter what AI comes up with, and no matter what virtual streaming and stuff like that, like, people go to live music. Like, it's just gonna happen, right? Because we're humans, and no man is an island, all that type of stuff, What are your 5?
I think you said a lot of what I would have said. authentic connection with the audience, I honestly think could arguably be the only thing that you need if it had to be like really distilled down, which makes this entire podcast a crock of shit, doesn't it?
Email us. That's so you think you can pitch.
Yes, please. You think we're a crock of shit? Message us at so you think you can pitch.
Here's our TikTok profile. We want to hear from you. And thanks to our new followers. Welcome. I know oh shoot, I forgot the Lord Manor Shop. I forgot the gentleman's name. But started following us. I got a little. I was like, "Yay!"
So you got like fanboy. You were a little fanboy.
You
were like,
oh. His pitches are so
your
solid.
Wine cork. Like, watch episode 6. I bought your wine cork.
And then used it, and I used it the other day too. And then I started selling it to my family, like for no other reason of like, how cool is this? It's so neat, and it like because I mean, it takes like anybody that's drank wine for any length of time, you've broken a cork at least once, right? In your life, surely. It is the worst. Like when it drops.
You need a new job. You need to go and pitch this product with this guy.
Oh my god.
Just be like, how many pallets of these things can you send me? I'll pitch the entire Southeast, like from Tennessee down to Florida.
Well, like okay, speaking of like goals for 2026, we will have a collaborative TikTok with Lord Manor Shop.
Yes.
With this wine opener.
Let's go.
Email us so you think I will travel to you.
By the end of this year, we will also be doing pitches instead of just criticizing them. That's my goal for 2026.
Yeah, I mean, it's once I can fit it into my day job for sure. But okay, so authentic connection to the audience, which in all fairness, I stole from you. So, I
like having a problem. I like having a problem that they can't solve, but I'm not even sure it is that for a lot of these products. Like I think historically, classic infomercial, that was part of the structure. Like that was the grayscale video part of the video is, you know, here's the problem you can't solve, like milk spilling everywhere. And the woman's just covered in milk and her whole kitchen's covered in milk. But when I think about the Hydro Flask, the glasses, some of the things that we've done in recent episodes, like they're not necessarily solving a problem that you can't solve as much as they're just, in some instances, they're this like keeping up with the Joneses, like cool kids club item. Like, don't you want to be seen with the Hydro Flask at your gym or while you're like, you know, like the only way to drink water is like through a Hydro Flask. Oh, still using a Stanley, still using an Owala, like lame.
Right.
Well, so there are different ways to pressurize it. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
So not all problems are created equal. Like, I mean, you know, anything I complain about in my life, I just take 1 second to look around and go, I don't have problems. Not really. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
But that's so I would say like it doesn't matter necessarily what the problem is, but you do have to like address something. Otherwise there's nothing, right?
Yes.
Although one of the top selling influencers in China does like 3-second product. I'll have to find it and send it to you. But truly, like, just pulls a product in from the right, shows it, throws it off to the left, and just like could not care less of like this you could buy, and is insanely successful doing it. So for every rule, there's an exception, right?
Well, I'd be interested to watch that. I'd be interested to see how he's doing it and what he's saying and what's going on behind the scenes there, because I think that like you have to be able to, you have to know the rules in order to know which ones to break. It's not innovation if you're just making a bunch of stuff up for the sake of making it up without knowing what the structure was in the first place. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Like innovation is interesting because it challenges something that is structurally already established. But if you don't know what the rules were to begin with, then you can't create something that, tries to go beyond what those rules were, I guess is what I'm getting.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So, let's go ahead and take a look here. This is straight from TikTok Academy. I downloaded the video. Right. It's a little long. Can you hear
it? No.
You can't hear it?
Negative.
Okay. There's going to be a problem then. So we'll do it this way. They have these videos. So if you guys are curious, TikTok.com shop, TikTok Shop Academy has live stream videos. The summary of it is just this, is that they have said, they're saying that, and so this is what I thought would be interesting, is that like they are, I don't know if they're coming into it from like the pitching experience, they're coming into it with a social media experience. So it's interesting to get a different perspective. They are saying there are 5 types of pitches that work or are the most successful on TikTok.
Can you pull up the video again? Just because I know I saw the pitches at the bottom there, the urgency pitch, the conclusion pitch.
I got it right here. But I mean, if it's like without hearing the video, it's pointless to show it. So the 5 pitches are interaction pitches, product pitches, retention pitches, urgency pitches, and conclusion pitches. Now, they've also structured it, retention, interaction, product, as sort of like start to finish. So to start, you need to focus on retention. They say you do this by teasing upcoming segments, sharing intriguing product facts, and announcing special offers.
Okay.
And then you want to interact through polls, those kinds of things. So if you've got them retained, you're interacting with the audience themselves. Now you are showcasing the product. You start by addressing a common problem, the things that we were talking about. Share relatable stories, emphasize what makes your product unique, and incentivize with exclusive deals. Then you create urgency, the urgency. So this is more like one pitch, and these are their stages. Create urgency. So limited time offers, using countdowns, announcing limited stock. And then in conclusion, thank your audience, recap the highlights, and invite viewers to follow you for future streams. That is their recipe for success.
So it sounds like it's more of a pitch progression. Like we've been looking at these pitch over pitch, but we could have been looking at someone's engagement pitch and being like, well, there's no close. Or looking at someone's just close pitch and being like, well, there's no authenticity or engagement.
Well, they're writing it like it's 5 types of pitches, but it's like the stages of a pitch. Retain, interact, produce, urgency, conclusion.
So, okay, so time out. Are they implying that you need to hit all of those in one video, or that there will be multiple videos that hit each of those items?
They're implying that this is in one video. So the interaction pitch, the retention pitch, you tease an upcoming segment to get them to stay watching. You interact with the audience to make them feel involved and valued. Then now that they're going to stay and you're interacting with them. But these are for live streaming. So this is for live streaming. So like if you saw in some of the videos that we saw where it's like a TikTok pitch, you can't really interact with the audience. But I went on a couple lives. I don't know how easy it would be to like just find one and see if they're doing it. So I tested this out a couple times. And like as soon as I joined, they were, as they were doing their patter and as they were going through the product, they would say welcome, 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 you know, naming the people that are joining, like welcome this person, welcome that person, da 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 da. To interact with them. I've seen the polls. I've seen them use these things to create that engagement. Which, I mean, I got no notes on that strategy because, you know, if you have a crowd in front of your booth doing a live pitch, like you're asking the questions, you're getting them to nod, you're, you know, soliciting input, those kinds of things. So.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of those things. I just think that it starts to shift the conversation away from what we've been reviewing to a different beast. Like a live pitch is like the difference between a recorded video pitch versus like a rolling booth pitch, for example. Like those are going to be structured completely different.
Yes, but they would have, in my mind, it's the same. It's just
they're going to have similarities.
Well, it's like did you do rolling booth pitches very often?
Mm-hmm.
In my, like, it was essentially the same thing. It's just I had, instead of like following a script, I had a set of tools that I could pull from depending on like what was happening in the moment, right?
Yeah, and it's like an outline that you're sort of picking a la carte from, and also sometimes you got to rearrange it, or sometimes you can just run through it over and over again. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Right. So like even if I'm wrapping up, I'm still going to try to interact. Like you can have polls. Like so to get those interactions of like when you're doing your TikTok live, or even when you're doing your pre-recorded pitches, you can still, like, if you're doing a live, like throw that poll up so that they like white, like it could be as simple as like which color are people going for, right? It's like who likes blue over black, and then as those results are coming in, it's like, okay, so black's going to sell out first. You need to like you use the interaction to create the urgency in your conclusion, right? It's all like things you can apply while you're doing the thing. But if you're doing pre-recorded, instead of getting the poll, it's like, let us know in the comments. And then you can see like the top comment, if they have, like if the poll results are in the comments, or even if like you're just getting that engagement, you're getting the interaction on the pre-recorded video, which increases the metrics overall. So it's like it never doesn't apply, I guess is my point.
Yes, I agree. No notes. No notes.
Great. We solved it. So that's how they structure. That's how they have their structures. All right. So let's do this then, since we have the technical difficulties with the
media player. Is there a way to put it into the browser so that we can listen to it?
Let me try this then. I don't know if it's going to work like we want it to. Vamp, Peter, vamp. Yeah, but do it good.
Oh, wow. Well, that is going to be far more challenging. Vamp, Peter, vamp.
Sorry, that was wrong.
No, it's okay. It's great.
Okay, so this is just the actual site. Can you hear this?
Oh yeah.
Hey Faith, I'm struggling with my TikTok live sessions. I can't keep viewers engaged or turn them into buyers. I honestly feel like giving up.
Andre, I totally get it. Trust me.
Oh, Andre.
Guess what? Today, you are in the right place. Success on TikTok Live is more than just about showing off products. It's how you pitch them. The right pitch will keep viewers engaged, spark interaction, and most importantly, drives those conversions.
So what's the secret? How do I get my audience from what's this to I need this now?
Great question. So let's dive into 5 essential sales pitches that will help you do just that. You ready?
Ready. Let's do this. Hey guys, I've got something special coming up later in this stream. An exclusive offer you won't want to miss. Stick around because in just a few minutes, I'll be revealing a hack that'll change your skincare routine forever.
See what Andre did there? By teasing the audience with a little mystery.
This is a whole 4-minute video. We just talked about everything in it.
That's what keeps viewers watching.
Okay, quick poll for you guys. What's your favorite feature of this phone?
All right, so pause. We'll go one at a time.
Drop your votes in the chat
Where
below.
am I?
Let's see what everyone thinks.
Is the implication here that we need to be doing all? It's not that we need to be doing all these things at once. It's that there's 5 different types of pitches that you're going to post to your profile to drive different levels of engagement throughout the course of your journey collecting viewership.
No, this is for live. Like if you're starting a live, they're saying you need to open with retention, interaction, product.
Oh, okay. But then like they're kind of just taking that right off of QVC, don't you think? Like
Yeah,
QVC does that all the time.
That's where the sort of crux of this idea for the episode was of like, this is what TikTok is approaching for like their sales. And it's like, it's almost just play by play for like any pitch, any live, any QVC, any.
Yeah, our live demo was the same. Hold on to your free gift. It's going to be a ticket. We're going to give you a surprise at the end. You're going to need your ticket in order to collect on the surprise.
Right.
Okay, that's our retention part. And then what's the next section that they're telling us we need to do? So I can relate it to
interaction.
Okay, yes, interaction. How many of us have a knife?
See how Andre's involving the audience? Interaction pitches.
Yeah, that's the poll. So it's like, how do you apply like this sort of like question into the TikTok space? So it's like now they're giving you methods of virtual interaction, like comments, polls, reactions, like the hearts, you know, this all those things coming in.
The hearts.
Yeah. So the overall point is that the tools are there and you have to use them in your authentic voice as opposed to like following a formula.
Yeah, but these, to me, the video, like what we're discussing, this artifact that teaches people how to pitch live on TikTok, is just a regurgitation of 80 different ways. It's almost like remember you played that sales guy doing like here's what a good pitch is versus a bad pitch, and he like regurgitated some good stuff about sales and then regurgitated some bad stuff about sales. Like this starts to incite me like with anger because there's like, well, just in general, there's a level of charlatanism that goes into some of this work when you're trying to educate people and you're saying this is the only way to do it. Like, I think that people who try to coach, teach, or inspire others that don't relinquish the idea that there's more gray area than black and white area, and that the person teaching is as much on a journey as the person learning.
Yeah,
are you know, then I hate to say this, but you're just selling something at that point. You're not helping someone. You're just selling something.
Speaking of clipping, we're going to clip that. The person teaching is as much on a journey as the person learning. I love that.
You're welcome. You know what? I'm going to put that in my own quote book. I'm putting it in my own quote book, Steven.
So
I keep a quote book every year. I'm going to quote myself next year. I read it on New Year's Eve. This year was so much fun. So the person teaching.
Email us your quotes. That's so you think you can pitch it. Gmail.com. No, absolutely. But that's true. It's like anybody that is touting themselves as an expert. It's sort of like I was reading an article about this regarding the fitness industry. Is that the way to get in shape? The method, tools, and I didn't have a third thing. The method.
Great list, though. Great list, though. I really like that.
But the things you need to start your fitness journey and continue on your fitness journey and achieve your fitness goals are largely free.
Yeah.
And then it just requires you doing them. So it's the same thing with us giving people advice on pitching and critiquing pitching. It's like, these are just ideas. We are applying what we know to TikTok. And as you can see by their own TikTok Academy, these are the same things. You, at the end of the day, will have to be the one that like figures out, I need more interaction. I need to focus on retention. I need to like demonstrate more product value, like all of these things, right?
Is there a section of this training that focuses on just the pre-recorded videos, like posts?
These are no. This is specifically focusing on live stream. There are things, shoppable videos that they do talk about how to create a shoppable video. But there's also like they go into like technical things. Use Prompter for creators, diagnostics. There's all of these things that they have at the TikTok Shop Academy, and not a sponsor, but that, you know, are just ways for you to get into it, right? Again, you can't force you just have to do it. And then if you want, like, what am I missing? Like, just like whenever I'm doing sales pitching, I have a lot of strengths regarding the technical aspects. I have a lot of strengths regarding, like, I can memorize the facts really quickly. I can highlight the examples. I can memorize everything and just regurgitate it, right? So the most of my notes is when people that sold more than me were giving me advice. It's like don't be afraid of going away from the script. But then if a person is pitching that like never follows the script, their notes are more like, you need to nail down the techniques, right? So everything is with a grain of salt at this point. Unrelated though, I found the 3-second video promotion.
16块钱50的一张给喽，来喽，10块，39，29，这么好看外套49，再加一条裤子，2件套49，手车27，8块，6块，7块，再加一个，2个7块，便宜吧？16。
Okay, so pause this. I actually have, this is so fascinating to me. I love this so much. So number one, they're low cost items. So this is all like impulse. Like nothing is according to what the post just said, like there's nothing that's going to be cost prohibitive to an impulse purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, she's like, they are naturally creating urgency and fear of loss by taking out the item and then immediately discarding it. So like,
okay,
the item comes out and you're like, oh, I would want that. But then it's not like just going back in the box and closing it and then putting it away nicely. It's like the strategy is show the item and then immediately discard it with disregard almost. Like, right? Like throw it over here or toss it over there or throw it behind you. Like it's in the trash is the implication. And so that creates a fear of loss for a consumer that says, oh, I would buy that. And that is a very compelling and interesting little nugget in this whole thing that's happening right here that I just am like nerding out on right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm trying to find her on Fastamos, and I'm not seeing her. I need her actual handle.
She's never gonna give you her actual handle. These aren't even real people. That's probably all AI generated.
You think you're in the same league as her?
Yep. Fear of loss. Boom. You want those? No, you can't have them. You want that? No, you can't have it. You want that? Nope. You want that? No, it's garbage. Fuck you. Yeah.
Oh, there was a ban. Okay.
9块8时装，里面放消毒水1盆1服务是不是很方便啊？13来上车，29。
Okay.
16块钱50个一整。
Yep.
That's why I can't find her.
And also get a load of this. The only thing that was spent more than like a second or two of attention was the mop.
Yeah.
Like the little steam mop that she pulled out, which I could guarantee you had a higher price bracket than the other items that we saw.
Sure. Yeah, I'd buy that. Yeah.
Would you?
No,
like, would you buy off of that?
No.
So there's this other app that I found recently called What's Up, I believe.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Or no, excuse me, not What's Up, Whatnot. And it is it's an auctioneering app, but they're doing a very similar strategy where it's like they hold up the item, they give you like a very brief background, like this is a flashlight, it's got 11,000 lumens, you know, we're starting the bid at $8, the bid will end in 4, 3, 2, 1, it goes for $12, and then another one, we've got another one, they'll hold the same product and be like another flashlight starting the bid at $8, bids over in 5, 4, 3, 2, goes for $6, you know, $10 or whatever. Moral of the story is a very similar structure of just low cost items and urgency and fear of loss all combined to create a buying environment.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a specialization and a focus on a specific tactic, right? And
yes,
clearly was very successful. I think like I'm sure the ban. I'm gonna research more into like because that's one post. Like none of that was verified, so who knows how accurate any of that was? But
yeah, that's true. It's probably not accurate. It's probably all lies.
But it's interesting that like they like found an exploit and like were so successful in doing it. I mean, if you're gonna more on that later.
If you're gonna exploit any part of human buying patterns and consumer psychology, you exploit fear of loss, scarcity.
Yeah,
all day, every day. Like
tap into that fear. Yeah,
it's one of Cialdini's 6 points of persuasion for a reason. Like you
absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about we've talked about TikTok sales pitch guide, which is essentially the same thing we've been talking about. So that proves we know what we're talking about for all our haters, of which we really only have one. Got like one negative comment in the entire time we've been doing this, so we need to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, I want trolls. Troll us at So You Think You Can Pitch at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Absolutely. So we've taken this like quote unquote modern style of pitching, which is the same thing as the old style. But does it apply to the classics? And as we're starting a new year, we're going back in time.
Wow.
Here for OxiClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink. It's Mother Nature approved, then it's safe on your colored fabrics. Use it on carpets. OxiClean seeks out organic stains, pet stains, food stains that get down into the matting, into the padding. It even takes red wine and grape juice out of white carpeting. It cleans, it brightens, and eliminates odors all at the same time. Don't just get it clean, Get it OxyClean. Make a paste, make it 10 times as powerful. The longer you let it set, the easier it is. It'll whiten your grout and get rid of your toughest stains. Sometimes soaking is the solution. If you use bleach, you ruin your clothes. OxyClean won't hurt the material, even lace. It has the power of bleach without the damaging side effects of chlorine. When your laundry detergent just isn't enough, supercharge it with OxyClean. 1 scoop in every load of laundry, it'll make your whites whiter. It'll make your brights brighter. As a stain remover, it's the best. Grass stains, clay stains. Long live your laundry. OxyClean, the stain specialist. We've sold millions of our 2.5-pound tubs for $40. But if you call now, we'll cut the price in half.
Call
only
now.
$19.95. You'll also receive the squirt bottle and a super chamois absolutely free. If you call during this show, you'll receive a bottle of our world-famous Orange Clean, made with pure orange oil. It cuts through the grease and the grime, whether it's baked on in the oven or caked on the stove. You get all this for just $19.95, but call in the next 20 minutes and we'll supersize your OxyClean from a 2.5-pound tub to a whopping 6-pound bucket, nearly triple the amount. But you gotta call now. Here's how to order.
Plus shipping and handling.
I got to be honest with you. I want a tub of that shit
Billy
right
Mays
now.
here for
Like
OxyClean,
this very instant. I just want nothing more than a tub of that in my life.
Well, so this is one of the reasons I picked it is we were at actually I don't know if you were at that state fair, but that selling convention we used to go to every year in wasn't Philadelphia, but it was somewhere near there. And it was just like they had a warehouse and it was like booth after booth after booth of all of these products, like constant live demos, as seen on TV type stuff. And a couple of the years we were there, he was there, and I got to meet him, and that was fun. But it's sort of just like this. Is it too technical? But the other thing about OxyClean is like the product does work. I've used it forever. I mean, it's a great little thing. But
so for that particular pitch, we didn't have any, like, I don't know if we were just watching a segment of it or if there was more that he started with, but we didn't really get any of those early stage points that both we've made and that TikTok Academy has made, where like you're creating some sort of mystery, you're creating the what the next step was, the engagement with the audience. It was a little more just like, here's your problem, here's your solution, call to action, and then the urgency came at the end, which I think is also true in the TikTok Academy's process, right? It's urgency and then conclusion. Is that how they've ordered it?
Yeah.
And what's in the middle? Just so that I have it in my own mind the right
way.
We've got
product.
Okay. So I feel like he started at product and ran with it from there, which in some infomercials, like if I recall the Magic Bullet infomercial, I don't know if you have that one pulled or if you remember it, but they had the Australian guy doing that one, and it took place in a big kitchen with a lot of like other characters besides him pretending to be soon to be customers because of one thing that they were really interested in. Like, I need more soup in my life. And he's like, you can make soup with it. And she's like, I need more protein shakes. You can do protein shakes too.
Blending
like,
soup.
Yeah. It was like that sort of thing. Yeah. I'm going back to it. I'm going back to blending soup. And if you've got something to say about it, I'll never let it go.
I lost that one. That's fair. That's fine.
Yes. There was more like of those first early tenants in the Magic Bullet pitch. This one starts with like, I'm coming in with this. I don't need to build a relationship with you. I know you got dirty ass shit and I'm going to clean it for you, which I'm cool with. But I just want to point out that like that's missing from that particular reel.
I agree, and I think you're right in that this is one of those ones where like you're cleaning clothes. Like it's a cleaning product. There's nothing like, I don't need to retain you and I don't need to interact with you because it is so ubiquitous to the experience that you know what you're getting into. This is why. But then what I will say though is like throughout he was layering in those techniques in the example use cases by going from clothes to carpet to grout to lace to like, he is getting the, like, that's where you're tapping into that ego of getting them to visualize like, well, I bet it wouldn't work on delicates. It's like, no. Lace, the most delicate thing there is, like, quote unquote, you know. So this is an example of you can cut out the first two. Now, would a person without his level of energy be able to bypass those steps? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, but he is very much in his own voice of like, there's just, he starts at 60 and goes to 80 and then maybe backs off to 70. Like there's no ramp up at all. It's just that's that. So I guess my argument would be like,
well, I mean, he had some help.
Listen. If you don't know, look it up. I'm not here to besmirch anybody. But yeah, but it's like he is addressing the he's addressing the retention and the integration with the energy. He's not like doing an actual tactic. He is grabbing you with his energy and the
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and the with this isn't a live stream, right? He can't get feedback in the moment, so he has all those things there for that.
Yeah, I think, I find that a very interesting point. I like that you made that connection, that depending on how you lay out the use cases, the pattern which you use to lay out some of these examples and how the product works in these examples, you are accomplishing integration and possibly even retention on those bullet points, just in the way in which you approach it, which again has to be authentic, but also, to your point again, like has to be energized.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone's super introverted but they want to be a pitch artist and they're like, well, this is just who I am, like I just kind of, you know, I want to be authentic with my audience and like this is what I am, like that's only good. Like you can do that, it will only go so far. Like there is a layer to this where you're, in order to convey an emotional message to a broad audience, the conduit of energy through which you send that message needs to be large enough to reach that big audience. You know what I mean?
Which is why I think TikTok is so great for selling, because if you are introverted, you can create that authentic pitch with engagement without being bombastic, right? Like these.
Yes, I agree with that.
Infomercials also, there's fascinating, I gotta find the book, but there's a fascinating psychology behind infomercials as well, because they know what time of day that they're coming on it. They're either coming on like in the middle of the night where you're sleepy, so they gotta engage you, or it's like they know their demographics and what they're going for. So the people that were successful did it. And then also it does help that you have a product that works, like I said. But so another example, I only really have three.
Great.
And
Let's
then
do the next
and then a closing video that you're gonna actually two closers. I can't decide between the two. You remember this guy?
Oh no, Vince. Is this Vince?
With Slap Chop, you're gonna be in a great mood all day because you're gonna be slapping your troubles away with the Slap Chop. Now look, here's a potato. One slap, you got big chunks for stews. 2 slaps, home fries in a second. And look at this. When you add a mushroom, the more you do it, the finer it gets. You don't have to switch any blades. Now, you love salad, you hate making it. You know you hate making salads. That's why you don't have any salad in your diet. Watch this. One slap, salad. I love pizza too, but once in a while, get the veggies in. At least throw it on top of the pizza. You're gonna change your eating habits. Soup, coleslaw stuff, you want 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds, it's done. This thing, this tuna, looks boring. Stop having a boring tuna. Stop having a boring life. Add this tuna, put it here like this. Now you're going to have a nice tuna salad. Look at this. You're going to have an exciting life now. Look, here's a hard-boiled egg. One chop, you add the pickle, you add the green onion. And what you can do, you can mix things together. You add the ham, and you're going to love this. You don't have time to make breakfast. Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts. Watch this. Almonds, walnuts. Comes with a cover. So you can do everything in the cover. All right? Or you can do it on the board, whatever you'd like. So easy. One finger. If I can do it with one finger, you guys can do it with your whole hand. Kids can do it. You know what they charge at the ice cream stores? $1 for toppings at the ice cream stores. Add a couple cookies if you want. So you can make it for 10 cents. Stop throwing your money away. You know, not only nuts. What about fruit? Put a mango. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful on your ice cream? The reason you're going to slap away every day is because it's so easy to clean. 1, 2, and pops open like that, like a butterfly to clean. Now, these other ones that you've seen in the stores, bacteria gets in the food. All the stores have this. You can't clean it. You can't open this up. It's worthless. Forget about it. Now, take the slap chop, put it back together, and you get the garlic. All right, here's the garlic with the skin. There you go. These skins the garlic. You're going to eat more garlic. The onions with the skin. All right, this is making you cry, making me cry. All right, life's hard enough as it is. You don't want to cry anymore. Put the slap chop right there. The skin's at the bottom. And look, you want a little bit of onions. You don't want to drag out the food processor. The skin comes right off. You see that? All right, now put a tomato in there. Add your cilantro, your hot peppers right there. You hit it like this. Guys, we're going to make
salsa, baby.
Again. One slap at a time.
It's very quick. It's a time saver for recipes. Take it apart, put it in the drawer. Good to go.
It's easy. You just got one hand and chop.
Now, here's the deal. When you buy the slap chop, we're going to give you the Grady for cheese. White cheese, yellow cheese in the container. Comes with a twister. And watch this. Tacos, fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini. Look at that. Comes with 2 blades. Just bang it. The cheese comes right out. Fine and coarse. Parmesan. Comes with a cover. Stays sealed. Put it in the fridge. Take it out when you need it. Pass it around a table. You're going to love this thing. The slap chop sells for $29.95. But if you call now, within the next 20 minutes, because you know we can't do this all day, you're going to get the Grady absolutely free. So that's 2 for $29.95. The slap chop with the Grady. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-574-8366. Call now and you get the Grady absolutely free with the slap chop. When you call, also ask about our foldable cutting board. That's 1-800-574-8366. 1-800-574-8366. Call now.
Hi, it's Vince with Slap Chop. You're going to
wow.
be all day because it's going to be.
You know what was great about Vince? Vince's style was like every use case was also some transformative thing that was going to happen to your life.
Yeah, stop having a boring tuna. Stop having a boring life.
Yeah, boring life. Yes. It was always like you're going to eat healthier. You're going to eat more. You're going to eat less carbs. You're going to have more salads. Your life's going to be nominally better when you buy this thing. Like
we're going to make
each
and every
line. Yeah. Each and every line was tied to like some sort of higher purpose reasoning as to why you would buy it, which I just find very fun. His style also, I think, was like a flash in the pan for the time that it was. Like I don't know if Vince came back to do it, people would nostalgically be all about it because it was Vince. But I don't know if someone could be exactly like Vince and successfully pitch in 2025. I'd be interested to be proven wrong at soyouthinkyoukcanpitch@gmail.com.
No, absolutely. But it's the same, very like high energy pitching of the time, which is sort of the norm. He also, Billy Mays did it a couple times. What was the other guy? Sullivan. Something. I got to meet them both actually, but name drop. But they also
don't even know his name. What do you mean name drop? You can't even remember his name.
We didn't become friends afterwards. But it was they add little rhyming things in there that is very very technique transparent, right? Martini bikini, like
bikini.
What? It's like you're just word associating at this point. But to create something so hyperbolic while still like, I don't know. I don't know what is so captivating about it, but you're right. Like, not very many people could pull this type of thing off at all.
It's so stylized. It's so and the thing is, the slap chop is a cool concept, but for it to really work, you need it like 3 times the size. Like, he puts one mushroom,
it's so
and
small.
one of those tiny red russet potatoes in there, and it's full. And it's like, who am I serving? My like a mouse? Am I cooking for Remy? Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Right. Yeah.
But you don't think like that. You're gonna eat more salads. You're gonna eat more. You're gonna eat your life's better. You're gonna be healthy. Everything's gonna change. Everything's gonna change for you once you buy a $30 product. This one $30 product is gonna make everything.
Oh, he's straight up shaming people. You're not eating enough vegetables. If you're gonna eat vegetables, at least put them on top of your pizza. Like, all that type of stuff. I remember when
you're fat, you're lazy, you're sitting on the couch.
Right. Do it in the cover. Yeah, I remember. Well, we had a whole sales pitch for just the Grady, although it wasn't. That's not what it was called. I forget. But that made. I felt like that was an easier product to do a pitch on as opposed to the slap chop. But the slap chop, we had both. It was a different brand, but it was essentially the same thing.
The cheese mill is what it was called.
Yeah. But you could grate up hard-boiled eggs. You could do all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's so easy to clean. Just take this one tiny little metal pin out of it.
That you lose instantly.
It's guaranteed not to break or be lost.
That one was a harder pitch.
Let all of the blades fall onto your kitchen counter at once. Multiple blades.
It opens up like a butterfly.
Super. Yeah, it's garbage. Like, just the over the shoulder. Like, I feel like he built his business on the backs of people who live in suburbia Long Island.
Sure.
No.
He is tapping in to an emotional message that is insane to compare to a kitchen product.
He is talking of
frankly.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
This is gonna fix your life. You're stuck in suburbia. Your life's going through. You're like.
Let me ask you a different question though. What about that particular pitch and Bobby May's pitch would you say needs to carry over in, if anything at all, or if this is just like an interesting exercise we're doing, if anything at all, needs to carry over into the pitches of people that are trying to establish themselves successfully on TikTok?
I think the biggest thing we've noticed lately and throughout is the product phase. It was lacking in the air fryers almost across the board. It was lacking in, almost every single product, right? Is that
no demo.
You have to make this connection. You have to demonstrate the value, and that is what makes the connection. Now, that's offset on TikTok because you are so close to the camera and their phone is so close to the face that it is sort of acting as a surrogate for that type of thing, of that, like, if you make the connection, and obviously we've looked up the stats, people are wildly successful doing this. So but when we were talking about the knife pitches, the demos were key in, like, look at how this works, look at how easy it is, look at, like, the quality of what you're getting in the actual use case. And, like, if somebody had pulled out a rotisserie chicken out of that air fryer, if somebody had, you know what I mean, like, fries done, chicken done, and the reason we comment on it so much, and the reason it's, something that we're hitting on so often, is that it is so easy to do with filming, because if you're doing it live, you have to do it a bunch of times. These infomercials were shot like in studios. Like that's a lot of setup and stuff like this. Like you can cook in your kitchen. Like how
the air fryer episode really broke my heart. Like I want to go back and do the one with the demo, because if you pull a fried chicken, if you pull a roast chicken out of that little convection oven, like people are buying that thing. You know what I mean?
And especially with the slap chop, there's like an inverse correlation of like, if you take 2 seconds to think about how minimal the use cases are for it, like you instantly go away from it. But when he's coming in up here and like making these statements and you're getting caught up in this emotional message, that's where that comes in. So it's like OxiClean, like you need that high energy, high emotional message, because how exciting is doing laundry. And in this one, you need that excitement because it takes 2 seconds for someone to go, when am I going to cut 1/4 of a stick of celery?
Could you imagine either of those pitches without the demo? Like suck the demo out of it, believe everything else the same. Like he's not cleaning the carpet or twirling the laundry and showing how clean it is. He's just like, OxiClean, buy OxiClean. OxiClean's great for your carpet. OxiClean's great for that. OxiClean's great for the next thing. And he's not showing any of it. And same with the slap chop. You're going to use this for mushrooms. You're going to use it for salad. You're going to use it for this, that, the other. And he's not doing one damn thing. Like he's just holding the slap chop and telling you what you're going to use it for. Like that is sort of what we see on TikTok a lot, honestly.
Yeah, that's one of the notes that we have had in that is like, if you are coming across as just believe me.
Yeah. Don't tell me, show me. Plain and simple.
And there are TikToks of people that are like revisiting Slapchop and like,
ooh.
Like for instance, there are people that are trying to be like, no, you're going to use this daily. And it's like, okay. Like, I'm trying to find a good one here. Yeah. So there's like the, here, I'll just pull this real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna slap chop these bitches. I love the slap chop. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Slap chop. I'm gonna slap chop these bitches.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honey.
It's nonsense.
You can cut the celery to slap chop size before you start recording as well.
Yeah, it's like you're working.
It's working against everything you're trying to do.
Hey, while you're there with a knife, just dice it.
Just chop it off. Just dice it up.
Just slap the knife on there. I don't know. Like, what do you want? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, it's
all right. What's the next one you got?
That's without the demo.
We'll talk in circles. So let's.
Yeah. All right. Let's start wrapping this up. I'm snipping. So you remember Snuggies? I'm gonna skip that one.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Talking on the phone, getting out of hand.
So this was going to be the closer, but then I have a different one that's a closer, and we can talk over the closer video because it's not that important. But yeah.
Is talking on the phone getting out of hand? Look out! You need phone relief, the ultimate in hands-free phone design. Watch. Simply attach the special double back fastener to any phone. Then attach the phone relief headset. It's that easy. Hands-free, pain-free. You'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It's perfect for remotes. Now talk hands-free anywhere, anytime. Office work is a pain for Mr. Phone in the Neck, but you won't miss a beat with hands-free freedom. A must for the entire office. Work goes quicker and easier. The padded headset removes this easily and is fully adjustable. Best of all, phone relief works with your favorite phone. An amazing breakthrough product you'll use every day. Now only $12.95. Call toll-free to order by credit card and make this your last Phone in the Neck call.
Call now 1-800-862-1000. Our operators are giving tremendous discounts on additional units. That's 1-800-862-1000. Or send check or money order to the address on your screen. Sorry, no CODs. Credit card users call now 1-800-862-1000.
Is talking on the phone getting out of hand? Look out!
You know, that's just for anyone who's listening. We showed that so that you know deep down in your heart that whenever you feel doubt, whenever you feel some little voice that tells you can't do it or your idea is stupid or you shouldn't be posting it, that the truth is you should post whatever you fucking want because somebody tried to sell a fucking stick-on headset landline for $13, and it was successful enough that Steven would still be able to find the video 40 years later. So you go and follow your dreams, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Whatever you're trying to pitch, it's not stupid. It's a great idea for someone. And that is a great reason why. That's all I got to say about that.
It is, so they reportedly sold millions of units for phone relief.
Wow.
I couldn't find specific overall revenues. This is probably before those types of things were like reported on. Like, but yeah. So, but the issue is like you have to explain handheld phones before most of the people even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, landlines, man. They didn't have Bluetooth headsets for landlines. You had to hold that shit to your ear.
So it's a head for people that like are on the audio. Like it is a headset that Velcro attaches to the handheld part of your phone, meaning the base of the phone has to be nearby you somewhere, unless you have a wireless phone, right? Completely obsolete at this point with Bluetooth and cell phones, but like. Yeah, they came up with a patent. They created an infomercial. They sold to offices. They sold like this product was around. I remember it, and it was okay. It's like a piece of an adjustable headset band with Velcro on one side, so that your phone could hang off your head. They're like, we're solving neck problems because your phone's not on your neck. It's like, well, it's hanging off your head now. So like, what's the difference?
There is none. But cost to make was probably less than $3. So that means that, you know, after they paid out whoever's in between on the overhead, they probably still had at least $5 per unit, I would say.
Oh, gotta be more.
Gotta be more. Maybe even 10. But I'm saying like someone's got to make commission on that. Someone's got to, you know, they've got to deal with the shipment over from China and all the other shit. So
yeah. But it came
all
like
your dreams, kid.
But yeah, it's like there's anything goes in these days. So yeah, so
final thoughts.
Selling pitching is ubiquitous. The things that you have to hit, the way you do it translates into how you do it over time. But even like this modern selling tips on TikTok are the same selling tips that have been going around since the beginning of time. It's how you do that and how you make that connection that are the differences.
Yeah,
and
I would applaud that, Steven. That was really well said. It's beautiful.
All right, let's wrap up on this. You're gonna like this one.
Exciting thing you can do with the
this is a walk down memory lane. We don't need to.
Oh gosh.
A delightful new pan that lets you
funny infomercials you used to see all the time growing up.
Introducing the brand new
Eddie
Deluxe
Croft.
Kit. Easily make awesome rainbow effects in one
Rainbow
simple
art.
stroke. And with
Do you
the
remember
new
that one?
Rainbow Art Set, you can do more
No.
than ever before.
Oh,
Introducing
I never
the
had one, but I
original
remember
Chocolate
it.
Factory,
I remember this one, though.
Yeah, fondue at home.
Desserts. Just place in store-bought chocolate. Select your favorite treat. Then, with adult supervision, simply dip
It's a
it,
double
fill
boiler.
it, or
I mean,
pour it.
it's
Then bump it up with Bump It and get
The
that
Bump It!
fast and
Let's
easy.
go!
Bump it up.
Dude, growing up in New Jersey, Bump It was the infomercial. We didn't need an infomercial.
Oh, I'm
for
sure.
Bump It in New Jersey. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, elastic
Yeah, I
plastic.
never had it.
I felt bad for having known what it was.
But you can't break them. Get in the spotlight with Big Top Cupcake, the
Top
fast and
Cupcake.
easy way to make colossal cupcakes that are up to 25 times bigger.
With the shake weight.
Shake weight.
Shake weight, let's go! Yes!
Are you ready to have
South Park had a
fun?
great
now
parody
you
of
can
South
create
Park.
Now it's
work
just
hard in
Bar
just
Class.
seconds with
That's what they call it
Marvin's
now.
Magic Drawing Board. It works
Right.
like
I remember Marvin's Magic Drawing Board. Oh yeah, Muzzy's gonna teach me a new language.
Hi, man.
Now we have Duolingo.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit.
Kid magazines used to be, yeah.
Now you can
Not
trace
anymore.
almost any picture you want with DigiDraw. That's right,
DigiDraw, digital, completely analog draw.
Yeah.
Chia Pets.
Wow, Chia Pets.
He's a Chia Pet too.
Experience the art of folding
No shit.
origami for
Hair
beautiful
agami,
hair fashion
the ancient Japanese art.
I remember hair.
It's a slap bracelet for your hair.
Yeah.
Lift and fold for these new hair fashions.
I remember Moon Sand too, yeah.
Dude, I remember Mood Sand.
Mold it. You can even plunge it.
Plunge it. Cut it.
And then sculpt it.
It's,
Hey
yeah.
kids, watch this.
Oh, I remember this.
Magically change colors. Just get some warm water, dip them in, and watch the fun begin. And with
A lot of these are kid oriented.
Oh, yeah. Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Blow
Why
pen.
spend a fortune
Jesus.
for beautiful decorated cakes like these? Now you
My
can
mom had
decorate
this
them
one.
yourself
Betty
with a
Crocker
little
cake
help from
decorating.
Betty Crocker. Introducing the Betty Crocker 100-piece cake decorating kit. It's
now there's the Snuggie.
Snuggies.
Yeah.
The Snuggie keeps you
Blanket with
tiny and
sleeves.
Wow.
gives you the freedom to use your hands.
Blanket with
Squishy,
sleeves.
stretchy, and transforms almost anything. Foam is fun you can feel.
Floam.
Oh, Floam. I was thinking of Floam, not Moon Sand. I remember.
All right, pause it. Wait, go back to where it shows all of them. Go to the end of it real quick.
Betty Crocker bacon.
Pause it so we can see all of them.
What's squishy? Stretch.
Floam.
Yeah.
So philosophy Floam.
If you had
Okay.
to sell one of these right now in 2025, you were just going to get shipped to your doorstep however many pallets of that product, and you had to figure out the pitch and how to sell it, and hopefully you get rid of the pallets, like you're trying to make some money. What product are you hedging your bet on out of this list?
I would. Oh, that's a good question. I think I would go with the Betty Crocker Bacon Fill.
Fucking, you're placing bets on the Betty Crocker Bacon Fill? All right, tell me why. I'm
Okay.
super interested in this.
Maybe it's bias, but with food reality shows and competition shows, if you want to make cakes with that perfect filling, this will cut down your work in a third. It's going to come out perfect every time. Any flavor combination you can think of: chocolate hazelnuts, strawberry shortcake, list, demo, slice. Now, though I say that, but I would have to practice cake decorating because, so that would probably be my bet. Yeah. But like the Snuggie, I mean, the Snuggie, it kind of just like, if you want it, you want it. But like the infomercial for Snuggie is wild. It's like, it's so thin, right? They're like stretching out this product over 3 minutes, going like, use it in your dorm, use it to cuddle, use it while cuddling your baby.
Yeah,
like,
I know. And also, like, everybody dresses like they're in a Snuggie these days anyway. We're all like in sweatpants and hoodies. Like, I'm in a walking Snuggie half the time.
I have an oversized blanket hoodie, which is the new Snuggie, right? And it's like
new Snuggie.
It's cozy. Like I love it. But I don't need the back open like a hospital gown.
I'm taking the Chia Pet, Steven. That's my hot take.
For nostalgia, go ahead. Hit me with the reasoning.
Yeah, the reasoning is if you have the right shapes, you got to get the right like Chia Pet shapes, the original, and then a couple of like cool ones. But it's the nostalgia play, and it's, you know, plants are good for your feng shui. It's good for your environment. You're gonna, you know, put more once you have a Chia Pet, you'll put even more plants in your home. They're easy to take care of. They're easy to maintain. They grow. People love them. It's this, you know, it's the comeback. It's the comeback play.
Okay.
Nostalgia. Plants.
Okay. All right. I think, yeah, I don't.
You don't think they would fly?
I don't know if they would fly. Honestly, I don't. I
don't either. I would go Snuggie, but I feel like I'd fail miserably. I'm not going up against Duolingo with Muzzy. And the shake weight, I'm going to get laughed off the stage like in seconds with the shake weight. So honestly, you know what? Maybe you take the kids route. I clown myself up and I do Marvin's Magic Drawing Board. Like, get the kids off the tablet, get the kids off the tablet and back in the real world where they belong with Marvin's Magic Drawing Board. You can create any type of magical thing that you want to be able to create as a kid with Marvin's Magic Drawing Board. No more tablet time, no more in a screen. It's bad for your eyes. Your kids are decaying their brains, etc., etc., etc. But with Marvin's Magic Drawing Board, they are back in the real world, just like me, Clowny Pete. And I've got like the clown stuff. And
Clowny Pete.
That wouldn't be terrifying at all.
It's your old friend, Clowny Pete.
Clowny
Pete. Back with another product that you're gonna love. Get kids
Marvin's
off their
Magic Drawing
and
Board.
back in the real world where I can put them in my van. Yeah. Okay, Clowny Pete. maybe not.
Look, maybe Clowny Pete doesn't stick, but I'm changing my answer. It's Marvin's Magic Drawing Board all day. All day.
Well,
I feel good about it now.
All the kid stuff, I mean, is kind of obsolete at this point.
You could get Marvin's Magic Drawing Board up and running. I don't know about Moon Sand.
Pete certainly
or blow pens, but Clowny Pete could take Marvin's Magic Drawing Board the distance.
It's your old friend, Clowny Pete.
Clowny Pete. All right.
All right. We won.
Well, here's our infamous outro, guys.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
Half the time I just turn it off. What do you mean we have an infamous outro?
It is now infamous. It's infamous for being non-existent and shitty.
So just turn it off.
Yeah.